All right, next up on the show, Julija Stoliarenko. Glad to have you on the show, fighting for a KOK World Series, championship, and great to have you on. And finally, get you on. You're over there in Tokyo. How's everything going? And are you training out there? What's taking you over there to Tokyo?
Thanks a lot for your show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just came to Tokyo. I'm actually living in Tokyo for last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like a year ago, I got proposed from my manager, from KOKA and Bushido owner Donato Simonaitis,
Yes.
come to Japan for participating in a project called Seiza.
Oh.
Yes, it's a new martial art project here in Japan. They do a new kind of style of martial arts in Tokyo. They already have Ganjojima show for the guys.
Mhm.
So we do fights with a gi in sumo arena.
Oh,
And for
cool.
the guys, yeah. And for the guys, the rules are a little bit different than our. They mostly is a striking style, and they don't have submissions on the ground, but have ground and pound.
Oh,
Awesome.
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that that Ryzen is probably the biggest promotion out there in Japan. Is there
For
is
sure.
there like a maybe a potential of you fighting for that promotion in the future?
For Ryzen, yeah, well, probably. Like my manager is working pretty close with Ryzen, so
Mhm.
yeah, I think maybe in the future.
Awesome.
And so you've been living in Japan. So are you going back and forth? Because I know you train out in London and out in there in the UK. Is it something that you go back and forth?
Actually, like I'm trying to travel as much as possible,
Yeah.
but being in Japan is probably the biggest stay in one place
Yeah.
during the last years for me. I spent in Japan for 11 months, and later I got proposed to fight in Lithuania in a big show in
Mhm.
KOK. They finally did the first event in my hometown where
Yeah.
I'm training, and that actually was freaking amazing in the biggest arena in Baltic countries, and
Oh wow.
it was like a dream come true.
Awesome.
So I asked my manager, no, my management says that to let me go for that fight. So on my way to Lithuania, I got tickets for London because I'm trying to be come in London as much as possible because one of my like the main branch of my jiu-jitsu academy in London,
Yeah.
because we under Roger Gracie, and the main academy is in London, so we always try to get here as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, one of our bucket lists for Josh and I is to actually go visit Tokyo or to go to Japan. Talk about Japan. How is it living out there, and have you adapted to the culture? I know it's very different from anywhere else.
For me, it's different because I'm working for Seiza,
Hmm.
so they actually gave me everything. So one part of the deal was that I'm coming here and I'm training after them.
Mhm.
So actually, the main thing of the project that is the Ganjojima that I already told, it's girls branch.
Hmm.
So the girls branch is called Seiza, and the main idea, like we are living together and training together, and after that fight together as a team. So we are four here. I'm Lithuanian. Also, we have Brazilian girl and two from Nepal.
Oh, awesome.
And they usually sometimes used to get some Japanese girl from put on in our team, and just all the time gave us a new team from. The first event was against Greece team, and after that it was Japanese teams. Yeah, so we're just training together, living together, and do everything together. But we can train outside also.
Mm,
So
interesting.
And you're obviously people know you as the first professional women's mixed martial arts out of Lithuania. How does that feel to represent your home country and in the big stage of world of mixed martial arts across the world?
like it's hard. I will be honest, because actually, like when you are the first, there is it was hard to get promotions. To take me for fights, it was hard to really to get for me fights. I grabbed some crazy fights in the beginning of my career, and so on. But now, step by step, we are moving forward. I finally got good people behind me, and we are moving forward. And I hope that girls are coming. Actually, I already see some young girls in Lithuania who are going by my steps. So I think it will be more and more of us
Awesome.
in the future.
Well, your last fight was last month, I believe, and you won via, I think, armbar. A very impressive win for you. But before then, that like it took a long time in between fights. Do you want to fight more consistent now that you're back on the track?
Yeah, my biggest problem, I think, in MMA was that I could not get a lot of fights. It's actually, if to look my record, there is 1 year difference between every my fight.
Yeah.
It's just because I could not get any fights, not because I was not training or was injured. No, I just could not get any fights.
Yeah.
Girls told me no, or some else like that. I also have not. Didn't have amateur experience. So actually coming to Japan, the reason to come to Japan was to get that experience. And during that year here, I fought not in MMA but in another, like by Caesar rules. Caesar rules are kind of close to MMA, and it's actually kind of looks like amateur MMA because we have still ground game.
Yeah.
We have submission 30 seconds for the girls. And we have ground and pound in the body, so it's actually for me, Caesar fights, it's like getting my experience for my MMA.
Yeah.
And I also fought here in Japan in such a new style for me called Letway. Letway is actually martial art from Myanmar, from Burma. And it's Burmese boxing. It's kind of close to Muay Thai, but they do fights like Muay Thai, but no gloves.
Yeah.
With headbutts, and you cannot win by points, only by 2 knockouts. So you knock out your opponent, they let the opponent to get back on track for 2 minutes, and he should fight again. And if you don't knock out him for a second time, you get a draw.
What? That's crazy.
Yes.
Wow.
So you only can get two knockouts and win the fight, or you will get a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I already fought 1 fight like that. I won it against Burmese girl, and now I'm waiting for the title shot here in Tokyo in that style next month.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's pretty interesting.
So you dabble in a lot of martial arts in general, and you trained martial arts since you were young. What got you into just martial arts in general, and even mixed martial arts, and now all these other various martial arts? What kind of drove you to martial arts in general?
You mean how I started? Or
Yeah.
Oh, I started from karate. Like, I'm from a small town in Lithuania. It's only like 30,000 people, and we had a really good karate club. And my dad brought me here when I was 12, and it was my beginning. And actually, it was universal karate. So I used to fight in different styles of karate since I was young.
Yeah.
And later, when I moved from my university to a bigger town, to the Kaunas, I found my jiu-jitsu coach, Donata Suktverius, and also my team, Fighter House. And I thought that I will learn from Donatas only jiu-jitsu, but he is actually has really big experience in Muay Thai. And he slowly started just change my striking. I was like, why jiu-jitsu coach changing my striking? But he had a Muay Thai experience. So he changed totally all my striking, included my jiu-jitsu, and made me MMA fighter.
Awesome. Nice. And do you have any hobbies outside of fighting that you enjoy to do? Like maybe
no,
just fighting.
No, this is my life actually.
Oh wow.
I was studying for a long time, and I always called martial arts my hobby, but it became my job. It became my life.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, so I just made my hobby my job. That's all.
That's pretty cool.
And do you, in terms of when you've been living out in Tokyo, but do you cook out there for yourself? Do you cook Lithuanian food, or have you adapted to more of the Japanese diet while you're out there?
when I came just here, I used to cook in beginning, but later I got that here is like pretty easy to get food outside, and I'm like, why I should cook if I can get it? I don't want to spend my time for that thing.
Yeah.
And I'm training pretty much, so it's like no time.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes.
And have you learned the language a little bit, or are you completely
It's
lost?
so hard.
It's so hard.
It's
too
so
hard,
hard.
right? That's so
Yeah.
funny.
And
No, it's impossible for me sounds.
so with KOK, when's your next fight, and what kind of contract do you have with them? Do you have a contract in terms of like when they plan on how many fights they're giving you, and when you plan on fighting next?
We have no with Bushido Federation. We don't have like contract, but I'm working with a manager who is the owner of Bushido Federation.
Yeah.
So actually, I do everything with him, with Donatas Unitas, and for sure I will get more fights here. I'm actually already decided to leave Japan and after my left-way fight, so I will get the last Caesar fight at 24th of October. So this month. In 1.5 weeks, it will be my last fight for Caesar. Next month, I fight Latvia in Tokyo, and I'm coming back home.
Nice. Awesome.
Finally. Yeah, so I think probably next year I will fight again in MMA. At least I will ask for MMA fight as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And what are some of your goals in mixed martial arts? Like, do you want to fight a lot, or do you want to, obviously
You go to
like another promotion,
US
maybe?
promotion.
Like, talk about some of your goals you have as a fighter.
First of all, I want to see how far away I can get.
Yeah.
That's the main thing for me. And of course, I have the same goals as everybody. It's UFC and so on.
Oh, nice.
Well, we look forward to your next fight. Hopefully we get to see you soon. And thank you for being on the show. Do you want to maybe give an idea of how the fans can follow you on social media? Maybe shout out to some sponsors, or even some of the stuff that you're doing now, where MMA fans, fight fans can find it.
Yeah, sure. First of all, my Instagram, Julija.Stoliarenko. I'm open for any sponsorship because, I have never had them. My biggest sponsor is my mom and dad.
Yeah. Well, thanks, mom and dad, for
thanks, mom and dad. Yeah, we actually was laughing with my sister that I should go with a T-shirt where it's usually sponsorship, mom, dad, sister.
Or a picture of your mom and your dad. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Some stuff like that. Yeah, and of course, Caesar promotion. You can get any information about Caesar on the web page www.say-midline.com. And that's all.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your time, and we look forward to your progression in mixed martial arts. You're someone that can make it far in the sport. You have the fighting ability. You obviously you're very pretty and very marketable. So best of luck.
Go a long way. Yeah.
So best of luck in that. And if you're in LA, let us know, and we'll come. We'll treat you to dinner or something.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Show you around.
Take care.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.